Wait just a minute. What are these plans of yours for me?
I thought you'd never ask. I'm meeting a friend of mine here tonight, and I'll be having dinner with him, and I want you to join us.
Who is he? One of your, fine, upstanding buddies in the porno business?
No, nothing like that. He's not anyone I've done business with, yet anyway, but he's very respectable and very rich.
What does he do?
He's in shipping.
From Houston?
No, he's from Galveston. His name is Lawrence, Jim Lawrence.
And why is the respectable Mr. Lawrence doing any kind of business with you?
Oh, let's just say he's branching out. But you can ask him all about that yourself when you have dinner with him tonight.
Why? Where do I come into this, Chris? Why am I involved, huh? Oh, I get it. Mr. Lawrence is about to fork out the money that you need for your little film.
He just might, with a little inducement from you.
So that's it. I'm expected to, what? Audition for him?
You could put it that way, yes.
Well, I'm not interested.
Oh, Paige, you said before that you had fears that you were losing your ability to raise money. Here's your chance to lay all those fears aside.
I don't get it.
Oh, don't be naive. It doesn't suit you at all.
I'm not. I honestly don't understand.
How shall I put this? Let's just say that Mr. Lawrence is not as interested in your performance on screen as he is off.
I am not a prostitute!
You married Dennis Carrington, didn't you?
Oh, how dare you! I love him. I love Dennis, Chris. I know that's hard for you to understand, but I love him.
Well, that's your mistake. I learned a long time ago, Paige, a professional should never let such emotions get in the way of good business sense. And you have that business sense, Paige.
I won't do this. You can't make me.
You don't have a choice. You either entertain Mr. Lawrence in private, or I arrange a screening of your past cinematic efforts. The first invitation will, of course, go to your darling husband.
Chris, don't do...
The way I see it, you're either a prostitute in private or a porno queen in public. Now, don't be offended if I leave, but I've never been able to cope with an emotional woman. I'll see you tonight. Oh, and Paige, will you change that dress before you meet Mr. Lawrence? That one's so middle class.
I hate you! I hate you!
Hey, Billy Joe.
Hey, Roy, how you doing, buddy?
Not bad. Been kind of quiet.
Hi, Chris.
Been waiting for you to show up, Billy Joe. I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, what about?
Your travels around town today.
Oh? I say, did Elena get back here?
No, I don't think so.
No? Oh. Yeah, 'cause, well, I was wondering what's keeping her, 'cause she was rehearsing before, and I figured, you know, I want to know how the rehearsal went. And
She'll be along soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I saw her before with Maggie, see, and she was, you know, but I couldn't talk to her. And, well, she eats there now, 'cause she ain't too hot on Wayne's cooking.
I understand you paid a visit on Paige Carrington and quit your job at the club.
You heard about that?
Roy, would you go down to the basement and bring up those extra cases of beer?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Right away.
Roy's gone. We can talk freely now.
Is something the matter?
I don't know. You tell me. Why did you quit your job at the club?
What do you care what happens at the Top of the World Club?
My concern is for Mrs. Marshall. She's an old acquaintance of mine. I wouldn't want to see her be put out.
Hey, you got nothing to worry about with that lady. No, sir, she can handle herself just fine. Believe me. What is it with you two, anyways?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, it's just that every time your name gets mentioned, she jumps a mile.
Oh, I think you're probably imagining things, Billy Joe.
No, I don't think so. Last time I talked to her, she was pretty nervous. As a matter of fact, she even accused me of being your spy.
Did she?
That's right. She thought I was running information back to you all about her.
Yeah, but you and I, we know that that's just crazy talk, don't we? If I were you, I'd forget I ever heard it.
Well, sure, I'll forget it. Only,
Only what?
well, it's, Mr. Carrington. I mean, he ain't as dumb as he looks. I figure, you know, he's gonna start noticing things eventually.
Well, that's very interesting.
Well, yeah, I figure Miss Marshall, you know, she's gonna, well, she's not careful how she acts. He's really gonna begin to wonder.
You know, the more you talk, the gladder I am you quit your job at the club.
That's sure the way I look at it, too. Funny about Mrs. Marshall, Carrington, you know, thinking I was a spy.
Yes. Very.
I mean, even if you had wanted me to, you know, keep an eye on her, to spy on her, I think she's too smart. She'd be too careful. She wouldn't do anything in front of me, you know.
She probably wouldn't at that.
So it's all worked out for the best, you know. I mean, you know, you said you're going to need me more now that Bernie's gone.
I'm sure you're going to be my very dependable right-hand man, Billy Joe.
That's right, sir. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to see to it that you get lots more people in here than Bernie ever did.
Good. I'm going to be going out this evening, BJ. I'm going to need you to run things while I'm gone.
Hey, don't you worry about a thing. I'm going to run things here a lot better than Bernie ever did. You know what? I mean, I got a trump card up my sleeve that Bernie never had. It's Elena. Yes, sir, she's a great little singer. And now I'm going to be devoting all my time to her, developing her career. Things are going to work out just fine.
You want some advice on that singer?
Well, sure, yeah.
Get rid of her.
Hey, that singer's great! I mean, with this place not being, you know, involved in the porno ring now, you got to have something to pull people in here, and she's doing it. I'll tell you, Elena's a great singer, and she's getting bigger and bigger crowds in here all the time.
Nice dress. You know, it's amazing what a little makeup can do after the ravages of the day, particularly around the eyes. You know, they're just a little puffy now.
If you want me to sit through this, you can just keep your mouth shut.
Trying to make conversation.
Where's your friend?
He'll be here.
He's late, Chris. I won't wait much longer.
Yes, you are. You know, it's rather sweet to see you growing impatient. Now, I have a good feeling about you and Mr. Lawrence.
Why do you keep calling him Mr. Lawrence? How well do you know this guy, anyway?
I told you his first name is Jim, and I know him well enough to set up this meeting. That's all you need to know.
I'm warning you, Chris. If he's some sort of creep.
Say, Paige, just leave everything to Uncle Chris, okay? Now, about the rest of the evening, I trust your husband does not plan to show up here at any time, does he?
He'll be at the gallery all night. He's with the owners. They're going over the transfers.
Oh, how convenient. Then you and Mr. Lawrence can just talk and be relaxed without any fear of being interrupted.
Chris Shaw?
Jim? How do you do? I'm Chris Shaw.
Chris, good to meet you at last after all those conversations we had on telephone. I'm afraid I'm a bit late. Switchboard at the hotel just kept putting through calls.
No matter. Jim Lawrence, I'd like you to meet Paige Carrington.
Yes, how do you do, Mr. Lawrence?
My pleasure.
Sit down, Jim. Can I get you a drink?
Scotch and a little water.
Okay. Paige, you? Refill?
No, thanks.
Tell you what, I'll go to the bar and hurry the bartender along. Paige is breaking in a new man and he's not quite with it yet.
Chris.
Oh, that's very nice of you there, Chris.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, you two should get acquainted, and I've got a lot of business calls I have to make, so I'll just check in with you both later, okay?